In this lesson, we're going to discuss the Timeliner tool. The Timeliner tool is a scheduling tool that allows you to create schedules and even animations that show the course of a project over time. You can even associate costs with it to get a comprehensive look at your overall project. To access the Timeliner, go to the Home tab. Once you're in the Home tab, go over to the Tools panel and click the icon that says Timeliner. By default, the Timeliner window will appear at the bottom of the screen, but note that it's dockable, which means you can drag and move it anywhere you need in your project, so you can manage your workspace as you need. Even once it's docked, you can continue manipulating the window until you have it exactly the way you want. Now let's talk about what you can do with the Timeliner. One of the most important things is adding tasks. Tasks are particular tasks or undertakings that are to be completed in a set order and at a set time during the actual construction phase of the project. To add a task to the Timeliner, simply click the Add Task button. Now that you've created a task, you can name it. Under the Name heading, you can type in what you want. We'll call this we will call this Mobilization. When we're done, hit Enter. This will automatically create a new task for you to work with. We'll call this second task Foundation Works. We'll hit Enter again, and yet another new task will appear. Our third task we'll call Level 1 Columns. This is going to refer to the phase of construction when we will be erecting or putting into place the columns for Level 1. Obviously, full projects will have many more tasks, but this is good to start. Now that we've got a series of tasks, we need to include planned start dates. If you haven't begun construction yet, planned start and planned end are what you should fill in. However, if construction has already begun, or this task is already complete, you can put the information under actual start and actual end. Note that the Timeliner window is very malleable, so you can move it however you need if you can't get a good look. Alright, now let's set the actual start for our mobilization to November 1st. We'll also set the actual end date, and we will make that, let's say, the 30th of November. You should also specify the task type, which in this case will be construct. Another useful feature of the Timeliner is the zoom bar. By sliding the dial, this allows you to see all of your different tasks, either in a holistic view or at a very granular, close-up level, including how they overlap in time. On an actual project, where there are multiple tasks that will sometimes overlap, this can be an invaluable tool so that you know exactly where your project is and should be. Now we'll repeat this process with the second task, Foundation Works. We'll go under Actual Start and set the start date to December 1st, 2015. Then we'll go to Actual End and set it to December 31st, 2015. Finally, we'll set the task type as Construct again. Now, just like before, you can see the Foundation Works task outlined in the right side of the window. You can zoom in and out so you can get a better view of exactly how that project is going, just like with the previous task. So now we're going to go through and do the same thing with the third task. We'll set the start and end dates. This time we'll go January 1st to January 31st. And then we will also set the task type to construct. Note that with the fourth task, which we haven't yet identified, we can still go through and set the start and end dates and the task type. The tasks are extremely malleable and open to your manipulation. Just for the sake of completeness, though, we'll go ahead and call this fourth task Level 1 Framings. So we'll type that in, and when we hit enter, note that it then will create a fifth task automatically. If you find that you need to delete a task, that's very simple. Just highlight the task, and then click the Delete Task button on the toolbar. If you find that you need to insert a task in the middle of your series of other tasks, all you have to do is click on one of the tasks, and then press the Insert Task button from the toolbar. This will insert a new blank task directly above the original task that you clicked on. Once your new task is inserted, you can change it exactly the way you have all the other tasks. You can name it. In this case, we've named it Slab Pouring. You can go through and change the start and end dates. In this case, we're going to set those to... Well, and actually, if we think about it conceptually, we would need to start the slab pouring after the foundation works, but before the first level columns. So we'll set the start and end dates between them, say December 15th to January 15th. Then we'll also set the task type to construct. So we'll set the start and end dates between them, say December 15th to January 15th. Then we'll also set the task type to construct. One more important function of the timeliner is attaching elements of your model to particular tasks. This allows you to see what parts of your model should be completed during what task or phase of the project. So for example, we'll select all the rectangular footings using the selection tree, and then attach them to the foundation works using the Attach option. Then we'll highlight that bottommost slab, and attach it to the slab pouring task in the same way. Now we'll repeat the process for the level 1 columns. Note that this is a time when the selection tree comes in extremely useful. The last thing we'll do is attach all the level 1 framings to the level 1 framings task. I hope you've found this introduction to creating tasks in the timeliner useful.